No, I wasn't ready to wake up. But it's kind of hard to sleep when you have a big fat butt laying on your pillow. You have a big fat butt that's blocking you from get to your pillow. You got a big fat butt there. This big fat butt. And he has no shame about it. He's proud of it. Look at him. He doesn't care. He doesn't care that he woke me up from sleeping. He doesn't care. You don't care, do you? You don't care. No, you don't. No, you don't. You didn't. You knew I wasn't done sleeping, and you still woke me up, didn't you? You woke me up, didn't you? What was your plan? What did you think you were going to do when you woke me up, huh? Did you think I was going to take you to the park or something? Good morning, guys. Daze with Jordan the Lion. Let's do the intro. Let's do the intro again. Good morning, guys. Daze with Jordan the Lion, coming live to you from Hollywood. First things first, I just wanted to thank my newest Patreon. I got a new Patreon, and this Patreon signed up for one of the heavy-duty rewards. This Patreon signed up for the sunglasses reward. So Shannon, if you have a particular vlog that you'd like me to do for you, please get a hold of me and let me know. If not, I have one in mind for you. So thank you very much for donating $25 a month. That's so generous of you, and I couldn't thank you more. Thank you so much.
Good morning, Daze with Jordan the Lion. What's up, guys? Coming to you live from Lake Hollywood Park, not in front of a live studio audience. I have a ton of errands to do today, so I can't promise it's going to be a fun day. But it's the holiday season, and sometimes there's certain things that you have to get done. One of which is when you wear some sunglasses for a really awesome Patreon, you want to get them mailed out so they can get them before Christmas. So that's definitely on the agenda today, as well as starting up a new bank account. Gonna start up an account just to kind of for the vlog, kind of like to work off of like funding adventures and different things that I want to work on. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm kind of excited because one of the things that I did was I was looking up the location for this one particular bank that I want to open an account with, and the location closest to me, just every review is just super glowing, like, oh, these are the nicest people I've ever met, this is the nicest bank I've ever been into, sweetest people. So this ought to be quite an adventure, and I might try and get them on the vlog, who knows. I fell down the rabbit hole last night on YouTube watching the old Carol Burnett Mama's Family episodes, the ones where it was, well, I think it was called The Family then, but it was just all Mama, Harvey Korman, Eunice, which was Carol Burnett, and Mickey Hart, which was Tim Conway. And I just completely, I mean, I've always loved Tim Conway, but I forgot how great that character Mickey Hart was, because when I started rewatching those episodes of the family, he wasn't in them, and then all of a sudden I started getting to ones where he was in all of them, and they're so great. Look up the Mickey Hart episodes, they're really funny. And a little bit of a clothing update, since I've now lost 15.5 pounds. All of my shirts are much more comfortable to wear. That's really the goal to all of this. Comfort. Dave and I have been sitting here talking about how we're going to implement his plan for me. And it's a very interesting method. He doesn't want to be on camera because he says, man, if you saw me at the top of my game, he's like, I'm the most vain person in the world. He goes, and I'll never be up to there again, so I hate seeing myself on camera. I said, well, then don't watch the vlog. And he goes, nah, I can't even live with like knowing that footage of me is out there right now, you know. But he gave me these orange sunglasses that he has me wearing because he says when you wear them in the sun, it strengthens your spleen. And his whole method and approach to weight loss is strengthening your organ and expelling the bad energy. So this is going to be a real interesting experience. That's Dave right there, actually. And here are the orange sunglasses that he has me wearing for the time I'm out here. Because he says wearing them in the sun strengthens your spleen, and like I said, the whole point of this is to strengthen your organs, and that you'll actually lose more weight in that way. So we'll see what happens. Let's try and find a parking space for this nightmare. Another trip to the post office. I got too much stuff to do to be able to walk it all today. Plus the bank I can't walk to. And looks like the parking lot's full over there. All right, Jody, your package is officially on its way to you. I hope it gets to you by Christmas. Merry Christmas. We need more murals. Less that, more that. Less that, more that. All right, now we're gonna go to the bank, open the bank account, come home, make the juice, and then I'm gonna go drop off a present to somebody and see if there's something over in their area I can vlog. Well, the bank happens to be right next to the train depot. How awesome is that? All right, we're ready. We're setting up my new bank account. Yeah, she's on. We've been talking about my YouTube channel the whole time we've been setting up my account.
Yes, follow him, guys, subscribe.
You guys, remember I told you this is supposed to be the friendliest bank? They said that happens like for what, 2 or 3 years? You said that you guys have been voted that?
Yes.
It's amazing. All right, I got mail. Got the other watch. Thank you very much. I think I actually made like this one just even a little bit more. I don't know. Weird colors, cool. I love it. Also, I ordered this shirt a couple of weeks ago. This was a limited edition thing. There was a band from Dayton, where I'm from, and this band was just super cutting edge. I've always loved them. They only got to make like 3 full albums and 2 EPs, and then the lead singer ended up speeding down through town like a madman on the wrong way of a one-way street and crashed into a building and died in, I think, 1998. Anyway, the band was called Brainiac, and Trent Reznor had actually picked them up right at the end of their career and was going to have them produced, and their music was just amazing. One of the members of Brainiac is doing a fundraiser for something and decided to make a special run of 50 of their original shirts. So I found out about this through Kevin. Kevin also not only was a big Brainiac fan, but his one of his best friends was roommates with the lead singer, Timmy Taylor. Anyway, they did these pre-orders about 2 weeks ago. You could order them, and the shirts came today. So cool. So cool. Always love Brainiac. It's not for everybody, but it's definitely for me. Alright, time to juice. I got everything cut up. The whole head of kale, a lemon, 2 apples, some celery, and a cucumber. And of course that one little batch of ginger. Let's juice this sucker. Always making the juice. Well, as I was taking the juicer apart, and it hit the sink, all that stupid pulp stuff like shot up all over my shirt, so I guess I'm going to have to change my shirt now. And then we got one more errand to run before we call it a day. And there's the batch of juice. I know, you guys are all envious. You're all looking at that going, oh man, can I throw my steak away and have some of that, Jordan? Yeah, you can. You can. You definitely can. Well, guys, I had to run some errands, and I saw this off to the side, so I parked my car and stopped to take a look here. Some pretty famous busts there. Danny Thomas, Dick Van Dyke, Art Cosell. Let's take a look at everybody they have. I love to share everything I see if I can, so. Tim Conway, who I love. Barbara Walters. Merv Griffin, Peter Jennings, Milton Berle, Michael Milty. Pretty cool little thing to not know is here. Angela Lansbury, Alan Alda, the great Hawkeye. Actually, Alan Alda and Albert Brooks both fall into this weird category that I have where you'd be hard-pressed to find a bad movie that they're in. They just always kind of make the movie better. And there's nobody you can compare them to. They just have something. Chuck Lorre. Oh, isn't that the one that Charlie Sheen had his problems with? Dick Wolf. Jackie Gleason. The great Jackie Gleason. I grew up watching The Honeymooners. I even had like a little Honeymooners board game. Let's see who's over here. Bob Barker. Somebody I know that lives over by Runyon Canyon told me that Bob Barker, up until recently, like maybe within the last year, would go hiking every day in Runyon Canyon at about 11 o'clock. He would walk from his house because he's only like a block away from it. Red Skelton. You guys remember Red Skelton? He's who bought Chaplin Studios. Rod Serling, the great Rod Serling from Twilight Zone. David Sarnoff's executive. Andy Griffith. It says performer, but at first glance I thought it said pioneer. And I was going to say, yeah, that's fair. That is fair. Sid Caesar. I got to meet Sid Caesar. He was actually in a rehab hospital when Shelley was in there. She had pneumonia and had been sick so long she had lost the ability to walk. And he was in there. Not sure what he was in there for, but he was only a few doors down from her. And they used to have lunch all the time inside the facility. Oprah, James Garner, another great one. That looks like Maverick. His bust is Maverick, but us in the know him as Jim Rockford. And if you think there isn't a Jim Rockford vlog coming your way, you don't know your host very well, because that's one of my favorites. Same with Columbo. I'd almost love to do at one point like a locations from certain episodes, just like ones that you see and you go, I can match it up and show you, like, oh, there's Bob Newhart. Match it up and show you that, you know, this was in the A-Team or this was in Columbo. Kevin and I will watch Columbo every once in a while when I go hang out with him, and we always laugh because we always recognize the places from Columbo. In fact, a lot of times he'll go, hey, that's where I work. Yeah, they have statues all over this, and I just wanted to show you guys a little bit of all of it, since I happen to be cruising by. Johnny Carson, of course. This is actually the front of the complex. I parked along the side because it was the only free parking place I could find. And looks like I ended up starting looking at the busts from the end, because there's a few more up here. Here's a couple of greats. Dick Clark, America's forever teenager. Whatever happened with that? Did they ever get his body back? And Bob Hope. The Arthur. So cool. Great work. This reminds me of the James Dean bust that's up at Griffith Observatory. You guys will see that soon. This is the Television Academy building. There's Dan Rather, Betty White. Man, talk about somebody whose popularity has just completely resurged in the last 5 years. She's always been fantastic, but she was damn near forgotten about. And out of nowhere, I don't even recall what provoked it. I think it was like an online meme or something. All of a sudden, she's huge again. Got her on Hot in Cleveland. Oh, there's Lucy. You know, it's funny, I was watching an interview with Lucy the other day after she had divorced Desi. And she basically said that he was a loser, but not in the classic sense of the word. What she said was, he could make anything successful, but he had to destroy it. That was just part of his personality. She said, like, whatever he had, and she said the reason they got divorced is because she was tired of him cheating on her. But yeah, she said any studio or any project or anything he ever had going successfully, he would almost like purposely destroy it and have to rebuild it back. And I think that was an interview with Barbara Walters I saw where she said that. Phil Donahue, I believe he's from where I'm from, near Dayton. Perry Como, Philo T. Farnsworth. Now I thought we were done, and then I look over and there's another entire like section of busts, and it's called the Hall of Fame Garden. So let's take a look at the Hall of Fame Garden. I love stumbling upon stuff like this. How cool. Mary Tyler Moore, Walt Disney, and Carl Reiner. Love them all. That's the director of The Jerk, of course. And he actually starred in it. Walt. Really like the first... One of the first shows I remember ever seeing as a kid was Mary Tyler Moore in reruns. Oh, perfect. I was wondering, I'm like, since I've been on this Carol Burnett kick, I'm like, they've got to have something of Carol, but even better, beyond something great of Carol, they actually have her, this was the opening character from her television show. So cool. I love stuff like this. Because that's how I met her. Like, that's how I remember seeing her first. Was the animated opening of every show. Her coming out and drawing that curtain back. You'd hear the live or studio audience. Harvey Korman, even showing respect to the great Harvey. There's Brandon Tartikoff. I remember him on, I believe he was on an episode of Saved by the Bell. Diane Carroll. And the great Harvey Korman. Then we have Dinah Shore, which I don't know that much about. Ron Howard, Michael Landon. Michael Landon kind of surprises me. Highway to Heaven, Little House on the Prairie. It kind of surprises me. I wouldn't have expected to see him listed in this group. Aaron Spelling, who created how many shows? Bob Sheffer, William S. Paley. And I'm not exactly sure who this violinist is. And you know what's funny? Is somebody's gonna comment on it and I'm gonna go, oh yeah. But I don't see a nameplate for him or anything. That's it. There's your tour of the Television Academy complex. Okay, I stand corrected, but now I'm even more confused because I look over and I see these, which are plates of more people in the Hall of Fame, but then this one has been removed and this one down here has been removed or stolen, or who knows. But I'll just show you guys real quick. John Frankenheimer, Lorne Michaels, Steve Bochco, Gary Marshall, Sherwood Schwartz, Chet Huntley, Jim Lehrer, Roone Aldridge, Fred Silverman, Jim McKay. Jim McKay I recognize. I don't really recognize too many of the others. I mean, Sherwood Schwartz, Gary Marshall, I know them, but the last few I didn't know. Bob Stewart, Leonard Goldberg. These look like executives. I'm just going to start naming off ones I recognize. I do recognize James Burrows, responsible for Taxi and Cheers and all that. And then Carsey Werner was, if I'm not mistaken, that was The Cosby Show. Jack Webb, he was Dragnet. Barry Diller, I don't know. Mike Wallace, it was a reporter. Lou Wasserman. Yeah, I definitely know who Lou Wasserman is. Well, that, I think. I think that's officially the end of our tour. Sometimes if you keep your eyes open, you just never know what you'll see. Including a 40-foot tall version of the Emmy statue. Well, guys, I think that's the end of the day. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I mean, I didn't know what I was going to vlog, what I was going to give you, like, historically that would be anything interesting, and it just so happened that I went by the Television Academy on my way to drop off that present, so how cool is that? Hope you guys enjoyed it, and hope you have a great night, hope you have a great day, whatever you're doing today. If you're watching this in the morning, if you're watching this at night, do something awesome tomorrow. Make it a special day, because God knows none of us are ever guaranteed another day. And thank you, Vern Wood, for buying a record. Thank you, Shannon Rushman, for becoming my new Patreon. Just get a hold of me at dazewithjordanthelion@gmail.com and let me know if there's a particular place you'd like me to go for your vlog when I wear your sunglasses. If not, I have a really good one in my mind that I'd like to do for you. But let me know, and guys, I promise you, tomorrow will be another exciting day with Daze with Jordan the Lion, coming to you live from Hollywood, California. I say goodbye, and Jaw's over there gnawing on a bone, but if he wasn't gnawing on a bone, he'd come over and say goodbye to you too. Good night, guys.